Hey everyone, it's Jenny Lee. Welcome back to Heal My Cosmos. I'm here today to talk about the Sagittarius full moon occurring at 9 degrees of Sagittarius on May 31st at 2:45 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but this is the second full moon of the month of May. That sure packs a lot of punch, right? We had a full moon on the first of the month, and now we're having one on the 31st, the last day of the month. So, a lot happening, and Gemini season is busier than ever. So, let's talk about this full moon. I subtitled it with It All Could Be True at Once. That is one of the affirmations for Sagittarius season, just inviting us into deeper listening, deeper opening to other possibilities, new information, and just being able to sit with it without assuming we know really anything, right? So the sun is in the mutable air sign of Gemini, opposing the full moon, right? So that's the case for any full moon. There's this opposition between the sun, the life force, and the moon, the emotional body, right? So the sun connects us with the present moment, and the moon connects us with the past or our emotional experiences that have brought us to how we feel about this current situation that the sun is directing our attention to. The sun in Gemini is very, look over here at this new information I've discovered. The moon in Sagittarius is very, look over here at my long held belief systems that I am very certain of. So the sun and the moon in opposition in these signs beg us to question our long held beliefs and the stories that we have created in our minds. Are they actually our beliefs? Are they someone else's? During this full moon, we are meant to stop and look around at the experience that we're having and how that experience pokes holes in the belief system that we've been living in. So the sun in Gemini is conjunct and working together with the planet Uranus, as if that's not enough, and then the asteroid goddesses, both Ceres and Sedna, both in Gemini as well, conjunct Uranus and the sun. So in my recent article, A Gemini Season Like No Other, I spoke of the major impact of Uranus going into Gemini on April 25th and how it's creating a very unique and potent Gemini season. This full moon is a great example of that. Uranus is 7 degrees away from the sun in Gemini, opposition the full moon, right? Since Uranus is an outer planet, it packs a bigger punch than the personal planets, the sun and the moon, and is powerful enough to infuse both of these planets with its lightning bolt divine insight, and essentially move the needle for all of us in terms of releasing old attachments to old belief systems and rewriting a new narrative that will pave the way forward into the future that looks nothing like the past. So the asteroid goddess Ceres is conjunct and working directly with Uranus and Gemini, infusing him with her nurturing energy and helping us understand how to allow ourselves to be nurtured by new information. The asteroid goddess Sedna is also conjunct and working directly with Ceres and Uranus during the full moon. Sedna is helping us reveal the parts of our own stories that we have been victim to, right? So revealing the parts of our own stories that we have been victim to, and ultimately helping us heal by reclaiming the narrative. The sun in Gemini is also sextile Saturn in Aries. Saturn in Aries represents boundaries with self-assertion, which offers the sun in Gemini an opportunity to pause and assess if he actually has the energy for another social interaction just now. Saturn in Aries wants to support the Sun in Gemini with a process that will support the longevity of his stamina. Saturn in Aries wants to know if the Sun in Gemini has practiced any nervous system regulation today. This is a question we must ask ourselves this weekend as we navigate the energy of this full moon. It's important to note that Saturn in Aries is also conjunct asteroid goddesses Pallas Athene and Vesta in Aries, creating this boss femme archetypal experience that is offering the Sun in Gemini much wisdom and supportive energy to preserve his energy. Pallas Athena is infusing these planets with her independent feminine spirit. And Vesta is asking us within this abundance of Gemini energy, where distraction is readily available, what are we willing to devote ourselves to because it lights us up from within that much? Let's not forget that the ultimate feminine energy of the planet Venus, in the very personal, emotional sign of Cancer, is still squaring that Saturn in Aries, creating tension between our ability to tend to our own inner emotional world and our ability to practice boundaries with self-assertion to stay the course of what has staying power in our lives right now. The full moon in Sagittarius is trining Saturn in Aries. Saturn in Aries is one very active planet during this full moon because it is also no big deal trining the full moon in Sagittarius. There is a lot of support coming from Saturn in Aries, plus his boss femme entourage, in hopes that we get the memo this full moon is sending out. Go higher with your perspective and allow your mind to be rebirthed so that you can be better equipped to lead the way up the mountain that Saturn in Aries has chosen for you. Mercury in Gemini is sextile Chiron in Aries during the full moon. So Mercury in Gemini is at a much higher degree point than the rest of the Gemini planets and points, creating a sextile with Chiron in Aries. Mercury is highly functioning in their home sign of Gemini and has been busy, keeping us busy these last few weeks, and now has an opportunity to interact with Chiron and Aries, representing a personal wound. It's a call to slow down enough to ask yourself what all of this new information that has come through Gemini season means for you, and being honest with yourself about who you are now. So Jupiter in Cancer squares, right? Squares Eris and Aries. The planet with benefits, Jupiter, has been stirring up your personal emotional world and offering you a better understanding of where you have come, where you have come from, that has landed you where you are now. Eris in Aries brings up heightened frustrations around the parts of life where your experience is different from others. And Jupiter in Cancer is holding the silver lining banner, attempting to empower your own experience by seeing the golden nuggets that is and has provided for you in whatever form that they appear in your life. Uranus in Gemini sextile Neptune in Aries. Uranus in Gemini and Neptune in Aries have an exchange during the full moon that should be consciously noticed. Uranus in Gemini offers Neptune in Aries the information they need to take the next blindfolded step into the unknown path to your dreams, while Neptune in Aries offers Uranus in Gemini a felt sense of the future that is being molded through your showing up and paying attention to them. Neptune in Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Neptune in Aries is in yet another sextile, this time with Pluto in Aquarius. These outer planets connecting in these subtle ways are not so subtle. Neptune in Aries offers Pluto in Aquarius the part of yourself that is ready to participate in the collective unraveling that will lead to the transformation of mass consciousness. Pluto in Aquarius offers Neptune in Aries a chance for you to find your place in the collective group, to see that your dream is a vital part of the collective dream in the making. So, the full moon in Sagittarius is packing a punch, packing a lot of energy, and it would definitely be wise for each of us to have a self-care plan for the weekend, a plan for grounding, right? And after this video is posted, shortly after my guided meditation and energy healing video for the Sagittarius full moon will also go up. And that is part of my paid subscription for $8 a month. You get bi-monthly full moon and new moon videos that are meant to help keep you connected to your soul's journey, engaging in it, engaging in your own self-healing process, and just helping you lighten the energetic load that these high intensity astrological transits of 2026 are putting us through. And so I highly encourage you to subscribe and get the guided meditation and energy release video, and do it at some point between now all the way through the weekend. And at any point, it would be a great time to do it, even into next week, if that's when you can. Just giving yourself the opportunity to identify what you're holding, specifically what belief systems you're still holding, maybe even subconsciously, that are just not yours to hold anymore, that maybe are old conditioning from many years ago, from childhood, maybe even past lives, so that you can open up to rewriting your own narrative. And that's really what this Sagittarius Gemini polarity axis is about. It's about becoming the teacher and the student, and not being afraid to switch those roles, not assuming anything this weekend, not putting your foot in your mouth because you assume something, not speaking before thinking, right? That's another thing this weekend you want to avoid. And so this video is meant to help you sort of slow down and become present again with your body, your nervous system, your subconscious belief patterns, and just kind of come back to the present moment. And it's like, what do I believe now? Who am I even now? I've been on this treadmill of Gemini season and of 2026, and who am I now? So I hope that you find it supportive. Please share this video with anyone you think would benefit. And happy Sag full moon. I can't wait to hear all the stories that come out as a result of just this vibrant and fun-loving sign in this full moon. So thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.